like I learned a lot from these type of folks, man. That
On this episode of Grape Street TV, I'm gonna be giving the game a reality check. How the politics, it's being brought to the internet and it's no longer like gang culture business because it's on the internet. It's gonna be a point of view from a non-affiliate and me myself. Let's make it make sense.
that been down and knocked down calendars and came home and still standing on business and still not being a follower, man, following this new shit. You know what I mean? Like I stand on the old law and I don't stand on it, I lay on it because at the end of the day I ain't going nowhere from that law. That's what got me by. And that's why I'm at the age I'm at right now, able to speak for my session, speak for the youth, and clear certain things up that's going on in the community. Like, so I'm kind of big on speaking on the LA politics and a lot of stuff that's going on, how people pick and choose. And I always was taught, you don't pick and choose, we don't pick sides. We ride with the cause. We ride what's right. We ride with the politics. We ride with the G code. Like, I can't go against it. So at the end of the day, that's why I'm saying a lot of these folks that's on the internet, they going at it with their own organization. They giving the world fuel, just a few off of, and they wonder why folks running around here saying they boo-boo. Because any real man is not gonna sit on here and put their homie out there or get into it with another person from a different organization causing beef. On the internet now, which like a lot of people used to get beat up and get DP for going out of the environment and going somewhere else and starting stuff and coming back not saying nothing, or starting stuff with people that we may be allies with or we got some type of business going on with. People don't respect the code. That's why today it's like this live is focused on the G code. It's like something that we all supposed to, I stood on it. It's a lot of things I did in my life that I didn't want to do. But like I was being forced to do it, but it was something like tied to me by loyalty. It's like, you know what I mean? It's a lot of folks that I didn't want to do something to. Everybody done been down in that jam and somebody do something like a J-Cat and you might be the one get picked to DP these fools, but you like, I really don't want to put hands on him. This the homie or this my road dog. Like, you know what I mean? So this shit come with a lot. And these folks signed up for it and they need to stick to the script. Because anything that's not sticking to the script, you are not looked at as no OG, man. I don't care how old you get. If you broke the G code and you out here running wild and you living like you part of the young youth part of the organization, then you're not gonna be looked at and respected. Because how the youngsters gonna run around and respect you when you run around competing with them? You can't be a big dog competing with the little pups. Because at the end of the day, it makes you look bad. It makes you look like you never completed nothing, like you never like jumped no milestone.
That
like
shows insecurity too. Hella insecurity.
Like you trying to jump rank and compete with the youth. Like ain't no compete with the youth. Everybody know when it was your prime time and you was coming up, wasn't nothing going against that. You was getting stepped on. You was straight getting smushed. Super Mario.
I feel like, bro. I feel like for us older heads, you know what I mean? Late 30s and up, you know what I mean? I feel like, we gotta understand, like it's a young nigga's world. It's a young woman's world, man. We just gotta learn how to adapt and navigate through the shit. You know what I mean? And I feel like a lot of old heads mess up at, like you said, you hit the nail on the head with that first one, saying they too busy trying to compete. I always say that, trying to compete with the youngins, or they hating on them, or they trying to fuck on their baby moms, or they act blind, deaf, and dumb to the youngsters' glow, so they don't embrace them and help them highlight more of their attributes. So this is why, like, I'm thinking, like, if I was the way I was back in the day, this is why, another reason why I never joined no organization. Because I tell you, when we talk personally on the phone, I would have been getting DP'd like a motherfucker. Because, I'm not following no rules like that. I'm gonna do what I want to do. That's one of the main reasons why I never joined the organization. And to go back what I was saying, because I know I was getting off track, but this is where a lot of these older heads mess up at. Because if I was young and knowing how I was back in the day, man, I'm not respecting. What's to respect? So I feel these youngsters. I put myself in their shoes. Like, what's to respect when the majority of the older heads ain't really old heads? They on some weird shit. They on some bitter, envious, jealous shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, you had your time and it went. Like, you didn't capitalize it, but you still alive. You still free. You could still try to make a difference. But, you know, ego, pride gets in the way. You know, bitterness. You know what I mean? And that's it. You know, we got what we have right now. What's going on?
Cut you off, but you know that comes with part of, like, I know just from self experience, like growing up, being part of the youth, and you looking up to certain cats. It's like certain older dudes we looked at like, you can't tell me nothing because look how you living. You out here, you know what I mean? You out here living like a bum, like sleeping on couches. We not like we young, we the youth, we coming up. You can't tell me nothing. I'm probably getting more money than you. So the ones you respect is the ones that applied that pressure. The ones that beat your body up when you won that school, chased you around, told you right from wrong, and you know what I mean? That really kept that G code going. Like I respected the homies that really was doing stuff and really got a name for themselves and was really for us. Was really punching on us, chasing us down in the hood, like go to school and all that. Like we looked up to those type of cats. Those was looked at like as heroes. Even because when we got as a certain age, we was teens or whatnot. Either we was incarcerated or we was on the streets. We still stood on their words. We still stood on their name. Like if you spoke bad about them, we was crashing out. Or if the homie said something was law, that was law. That's how you know nowadays. Like when somebody could say something like these cats that be on the internet, they could say all this on the internet. Yeah, okay. We doing the YouTube stuff. We podcast. Yeah, you can speak your mind because it's in the public. But at the end of the day, a lot of these folks can't get off the internet and go politic in the streets and talk to folks in their own section and talk to folks in different organizations and rub shoulders and cause good blood instead of bad blood around here. You know what I mean? Sitting on the internet trying to make themselves seem like, you know, they're this type of person. Like, I never respect it. I never will. And I'm going to stand on that. Like, I'm going to lay on it. But, yeah, it comes like to the older cats, like how they carry themselves. That's how the youth gonna respect you. Like they not gonna look at you like an OG if you're not standing on business. You're gonna be an
Not to cut you off, bro. One thing I learned about the youth nowadays is these youth out here, man, all over America, man. Especially in the trenches, man. I feel like most of them, how they remind me of how we were when we were coming up, when there was accountability and all that. They hold us accountable of what we say and how we conduct ourselves. Why you think they don't respect older heads like that? Because, like I said earlier, the majority of us older heads are on some weird shit that what we just explained. So what is to respect? You know what I mean? So
we got it hard. As being older, it used to be easy. It used to be like, come outside, you that OG. You make something happen for the day. We put some money together. You know what I mean? Get some water balloons, let the kids get water fights and all that, and football games and all that good stuff, like the sports shit. Like nowadays, we don't have that.
Slew RDL.
And slew RDL, but we don't have that for the simple fact, like a lot of these young dudes, they on BS. It's a lot of these different type of drugs out here, so these dudes be feeling the power. So sometimes it's best to step back.
I remember them days.
And you know what I mean? You got to take that rag off that coat rack and put it back on. That's like something that we don't want to do because we know what it come with and we already know what it's going to do. Like, folks is ratting now. You can't do like back in the days. Shit happens, something happened to you, you go do something back, they do something back. Man, it could be in-house, whatever. That shit never surfaced nowhere besides where it's going down. Folks don't understand that, man. It's like the older cats, we stepping back from certain situations because how reckless it is right now.
Right.
And it's sad to say that we got to do that because they done had a good decade. Like, I give the generation that been for the most destruction, I give them like the last 10 years. So it's kind of hard to come back and heal that up. And a lot of people been lost in the process. Like, a lot of folks, you know what I mean, done lost loved ones. A lot of folks done got life in prison and you know what I mean, told on. And these folks in jail is looking at all this stuff that's going on in the internet And the reason why I say that, because yeah, I am tapped in. I do talk to folks that's no longer on the streets and all that. That might not even never see another day on the street. So they're watching all the stuff that's going down and the stuff they stood on before they to build our foundation to make people, you know, of what we represent. Like it's getting disabled out here by social media.